And thanks again for joining. This morning we're doing a special presentation with regards to our Thales initiative to engage with our communities and help them out in fundraising, as well as getting the Thales brand out there. So today we'd like to introduce Camp Edmo and Thales. I'll be talking about Thales and who we are, and then I'll turn it over to Camp Edmo, and we're also going to show a quick video, and that way everyone can get to know who Edmo and Thales is. So who's Thales? Thales is a company based out of France. We have over 64,000 employees with present in 56 countries. Over 731 million euros and 15 billion euros in revenue in 2016. We hope to have just as a successful year this year as well. So a very large company based, again, like I said, in France. We serve a variety of different markets, mostly aerospace, space, ground transportation, defense, and security. What we're trying to be is a trusted partner in a safe world. So most of our work is done in the security space. We also deal with both military and civil in each of these areas. Our mission is to create safety and security, deliver that everywhere for our customers. We try to innovate with our customers to build their solutions, smarter solutions everywhere. We do a lot of things around Internet of Things, transportation, rail systems, airports, and then we also protect a lot of our customers' data as well. There's a specific in what's called Thales eSecurity. Thales eSecurity is all about data protection, so we protect a lot of the data that's in customers' hands. So you can think of banking data, health data, movies, any kind of data that our customers have is protected with Vormetric or Vormetric's product line that Thales eSecurity now owns. What we all do is we have our in-flight experience team. Our in-flight experience team also creates all of the movies and streaming that goes on in our airplanes, in a lot of the airplanes and flights that we take today as well. So a lot of different areas that Thales and Thales eSecurity are involved in. Again, financial services, manufacturing, retail, connected vehicles, healthcare, government. We have things in smart city initiatives, remote air monitoring, in healthcare. In banking, we do a lot of payments. I mentioned the in-flight entertainment business that we have. And a lot of different areas where Thales plays. And though you may not know the Thales name, they're everywhere. So what is this that we got involved in? So a few of the managers, around 40 managers, came together in what they call a Thales Leading for Results class. And this is led by our Thales University. It's an intensive learning approach where we were in it's a three-part course. The first part was 1 week of intensive training in our airline offices. And we have a project that we've been working on for the last couple of months, going into October, where we then have another week-long session where we're going to present our findings and everything we've done for clarity. We had to get a team. Our team is very diverse. Comes from all over the world. We have a gentleman in Peru, Julian. We have some people in Canada and spread out over the U.S. as well. And so we bring a lot of different talents to the table and looking to help Camp Edmo in a lot of different ways. Our primary focus in selecting our charity was to focus on education and STEM, specifically because that matches a lot of the Thales business and visions that we have. We also wanted to have some kind of a local presence in our San Jose area, and the reason for that is because we have a large presence in San Jose of over 200 employees in our San Jose office. We wanted to serve children, both current and child, as well as underprivileged children. We are going to look for volunteering and fundraising. We wanted to help and prepare these children, to be the next Thales workforce, which again is why we chose the area of STEM. So Edmo we did pretty extensive research into some of the charities in the Bay Area and found that Camp Edmo fit many of these, and learn more about them in a few minutes. But our mission as the Helping Hands team here at Thales is to raise funds. We hope to get more than $5,000 to help support the Camp Edmo initiatives that they have, and they'll talk more about those. But not just about funds, but really creating a sustainability plan for them going forward, and hoping to bring this plan to other companies, maybe companies like Cisco or VMware or others that can maybe join and what Thales is doing for them and bring more funds to the Camp Edmo team. So what can you do? Help us raise funds. So we set up a U-Caring site for Camp Edmo so that we can keep track of what we raise. So we hope that you can obviously support us or even just spread the word, right? Share it on Facebook, share it on LinkedIn. I will blog on LinkedIn as well about this initiative that I've shared as well with a lot of people on networks. And then you can also volunteer. We also have an email for the Thales Helping Hands team that we created. And if you're looking to do any volunteering, please send us an email and we'll hook you up with the Camp Edmo team to do that. I'll share a video and I'll introduce Ed and Sharon. And let's get to the video.
Camp Edmo is a magical place where kids not only learn about the world around them, but they learn about themselves, science, nature, technology, and nature programs. The way we do instruction at Camp Edmo is designed for the kids to experience knowledge, not to hand them the knowledge.
So Edmo is a shortcut for the name. We want to create a space for everybody, kids, staff, parents, administrators, anybody that touches our path. We are creating space for them to be authentically themselves. I think it's a really good outlet to be creative, and they have positive.
Okay. Apologize, I think some people weren't able to hear the audio. Apologize for that. To mute some of the background noise.
Well, lucky to have Ed and Sharon here. So
Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with that, I'd like to welcome Ed and Sharon. Both are the founders of Camp Edmo, and they'll bring up their presentation. So go ahead and share, Ed.
Oh. That work?
Great. Yeah. Let's go to slideshow. Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us today.
Good morning.
Good morning. So for those of you who didn't get a little of the audio, at least you got some visual, and we've kind of put together a quick little slideshow to give you a little in a nutshell, and we can just kind of tell you a little bit about what we do, why we do it, and how we do it. So, and thank you again, Anna, for you and your team for choosing us to be recipients of this. We're so honored to partnering with you. So here we go. So here's a little bit about our mission. This is our mission statement: to create equitable, high-quality STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, and SEL, a lot of acronyms here, social emotional learning youth programs that cultivate. These are our three core character skills that we're trying to build into the kids: curiosity, courage, and kindness. Really, that's the lens through which we do all of our programs. It's not just about teaching kids the practical skills or teaching them just the science facts. It's about what are you about yourself through that activity, because we know kids are going to be coming. We start as young as pre-K all the way up to 8th grade, and we don't know what path these kids are going to take. So know exactly which are the skills that they're going to be able to apply to their career. We hope it's in STEAM, right? But regardless, we know that if you're courageous and you're curious and you're kind, something you can take with you with what path you take in life. A little bit about the kind of why this is important. We intuitively know over the summertime that the kids stuff, right? We can probably think back to summer. We had lots of weeks or months off, and you come back to school and you're like, what did I learn last year? And teachers have to spend all this time reteaching some of the concepts from the year before. Programs like ours, they help reduce summer learning loss for kids. They keep their minds active, keep them in a rhythm of learning throughout the summer, so they can come in and start the running. And studies shown that the kids who don't do programs like ours, they spend 2 to 3 months in their math, being science, social, emotional learning skills. And when you aggregate those 2 to 3 months lost over the course of a child's K through 12 education, it turns out that 2 to 3 years worth of development is lost. So it's incredibly important that kids are doing programs like this.
And I would also add that it's also just it lets them actually experience love of learning. So there's the measurable piece that Ed was talking about, but also it just kind of shows them that learning is fun. They actually have muscle memory of having fun while they're learning new things, and that's hugely important as well.
And that's a great point. I mean, when the kids are intrinsically driven to learn, then they want to learn, and they're going to retain it better. So a lot of what we do at camp is we encourage the kids to just learning outside of camp. We can define facts and bring them into the camp. We do all kinds of challenges to get them to be learning their communities, learning up their communities, and bringing it back into the camp program. Also encourage them to do this through the rest of the year. And from survey results, we see the parents report that they are more curious at home, and that they are more confident in these areas than before when they started camp. One bullet point here that we mentioned here is the scientifically proven methods of social emotional learning and whole child development. That's really important to us. We've been, we'll talk about it even in the next slide, some of our partners, but one of them you'll see there is the UC Berkeley Greater Good Science Center. So we worked with them this year. If you haven't heard of them, definitely go check out their website. all educational resources on how do you build these social emotional learning skills like empathy, collaboration, initiative, responsibility, important skills that again apply to whatever a child is going to do. And so we have a consultant that worked with us, really helping us weave in activities like mindfulness activities, or again social emotional learning building games where you teach kids vocabulary words around identifying feelings and identifying the personality archetypes of other people and you relate to those people. So also, again, a big part of what we weave into our programs, and especially with communities, especially with these who are in need, who have financially disadvantaged in the Bay Area. I mean, kinds of resources are so desperately needed. I mean, the kids really latch on to some of these methodologies that we're putting into our programs. Some of the other the partner we work with, the California Academy of Sciences, helps us design a lot of our nature curriculum, creativity museum, also some of our tech curriculum, as well as museum and craft and design, some of our maker curriculum, and the Kid Mob Design Firm. They're a child-centered design firm around making. So it's kind of like introductory to engineering. So we do a lot of that kind of programming as well, and then we work with some of these other partners in the past, and a lot of their curriculum still lives on through what we do. Here's pictures of
Every
kids.
child deserves camp for itself.
And this we really force for equity, and so we know that the kids that can afford these kinds of camps, there are camps out there that they can go to, and some of those kids come to our camps, but we purposely set up our organization to be a nonprofit because we want to be able to partner with school districts, with corporations, with community organizations, and to be able to serve kids through our programs. We have a kind of a blended model where we have some families who pay full price for camp, and we have some families who pay absolutely nothing for camp, and that's how we ensure that we are truly being equitable. The kids who are subsidized get the exact same quality. The instructors have gone through the exact same training and professional development that the kids or the staff in the camp, the kids are paying full price are at.
So for our organization, that means we have to work hard to get funding so that we can subsidize these families.
Yes. Got a little accolades there, and then every summer we seem to get voted something by Bay Area Parent Magazine, so that's always get a little recognition there as well. About kind of getting into a little bit more the nitty-gritty of camp. Every week, kids can and parents can choose from a different themes. We have weekly themes: incredible edibles, fantastic flyers, Metropolis, all kinds of themes. They revolve around there's a certain learning skill that we focus on. It's usually either science, maker, nature, or technology. Those are kind of the four arenas that the curriculum focuses around. But then again, those social emotional learning activities, that kind of camp culture piece, that's woven out throughout all the programs. And we do feel like it's just as important to go on a hike and unplug as it is to learn how to code. And we really had to create a camp that was very balanced so that a family could come to one camp and know that the trust and the quality of the programming, but could do different types of activities. They could be soldering, or they could be going on a nature hike with a naturalist, or it could be creating a spinning gizmo creation, a gizmo gadget. Trying to reach a balanced program. We have our Big Hairy Audacious Goal. So we've around now. This is our 14th year. We've grown from one little camp with serving about 60 kids to this year we had 29 camps from Sacramento to San Jose. Mm-hmm. And in every one of those communities, there are kids who need this kind of programming, and they cannot afford it. And so we have a big, hairy, audacious goal for ourselves of getting to 50% fee paying and 50% scholarship families. We're currently 80% and 20%. So 80% fee, 20% scholarship. And this is kind of part of our new initiative, and part of what we've asked Thales to help us with too is to help us create a lasting system so that we can bring in, say, more corporate partners who want to have a real impact in their local communities to help be for equality, especially in this arena that's so important for a child's academic development and their social and emotional development. So that's here today. Yeah. This is the last slide for us, I believe. Yeah, and this is a little bit of information about Shania. I'm happy to open it up to questions. And do we want to do that now?
Yeah, so if anybody has any questions for Ed or Sharon or myself, feel free to unmute your phone and speak up. Give you a chance.
Can you hear me? This is Frank. Just asking, what is the duration of a camp? How long does it typically run?
You can sign up for 1 week up to however many you want.
Unique programming all the way up through 12 weeks now, right?
Yeah.
So they're 1 week increments. It's
now,
a day.
There are certain programs that are funded by, say, city entities. We have some grants from the City of San Francisco as well as Oakland Unified School District for kids to come to our camps. And those kids, they are set that they have to come for at least 6 weeks of camp. And so, that's part of the funding, the string that they put on, which is great. I mean, ideally for kids, you want them to have about 120 hours bare minimum of enrichment programming during the summertime to ward off that summer learning loss. So it translates to about 4 weeks of 9 to 3 programming, and again, that's the bare minimum. Ideally, you're getting more than that. So most funders who want to have a longer impact on the kids, they want the kids to be there for, say, 5 or 6 weeks.
That answers your question.
It does. Thank you.
All right, cool. Thanks.
I think we have a question.
Yes, this is Saronan here. If you have any open houses or something like that where parents can come in and observe and see how it is before they send their kids in?
Before is a little bit hard. Every week we have an open house, and we do that by age group. In the mornings, the parents get a chance to come in, meet the staff. There's a lot of parts of our culture at camp because, again, we're doing this kind of whole development. Our curriculum that is good for parents to know about. There's the social emotional learning components that it's good for them to know about, and then there's all these different kind of games and things that we do with the kids that encourages them to do stuff outside of camp, and it's important for the parents to know that kind of culture piece as well. So we do a little Edmo almost for parents early in the week. If a parent would like to experience Camp Edmo before the summer, usually the best thing to do is actually have Edmo come in as an after-school program provider. We do after-school programs, and so that they can kind of learn some of the elements of the culture that we do in our programming. Of course, if a family signs up for later on in the summer, if they sign up in week 4 or 5 of camp, they can always come by in week 1 or 2, contact the camp director. The camp director can give them a little tour, and they can see a little bit more about it. But that's the way. Watch videos and
yeah, through these, I was mentioning this was our 14th summer. Through the years, we've tried different versions of letting families come and meet us beforehand. It's just we didn't get a very strong show rate. I think, at least locally, it seems that is the culture more with sleepaway camps, and with day camps, they just kind of rely on word of mouth or videos or calls and talking to us.
Yeah, I was going to point out that the Camp Edmo website on YouTube, or the channel on YouTube, has a lot of the videos of a lot of the activities and things that the kids do. So you can feel free to look at those and learn a little bit more about what some of the activities are.
Thank you. Great point. Thanks, Anna.
And what about your facilities? Where do you guys hold these camps?
So we typically we rent school campuses, public, some private. Sometimes if we're serving a community and there's construction or things like that going on in a school that we've been in, we have to get creative. We've been at churches as well. But traditionally, it's a school setting. You have classrooms and you have outdoor space, fields, and playgrounds.
For the first 6 to 7 weeks of camp, towards the summer, we have to give back the classrooms. Those classrooms get clean and the teachers need to get in there set up for schools. So then we move the programs to regional parks. And we have our park programs, which take place
August.
Yeah, in August mainly. And we do really in-depth nature programs with the hikes, guided hikes with naturalists, field trips, all that. That happens in our August.
Great.
And I should say, a lot of times, especially for our scholarship kids, this might be the first time they've been to a regional park, or the first time they've gone to the beach, or the first time they've gone to some of these museums, our partner museums. Unfortunately, kids who come from these neighborhoods, this is the summer is when the opportunity to explore some of the resources we have here in the Bay Area that they don't get a chance to go to during the year.
So kids that may come in on scholarship, how is that awareness being made? I mean, how do parents know that if they say they don't have funds, that they can at least ask?
We actually hold a set of marketing collateral just for our sliding scale programs. And so we identify basically schools that are in neighborhoods that are low income and all this collateral to those neighborhoods. We have say financial aid available.
Yeah, even on the not-for-certificate, we've got financial aid available on the front of the brochure.
In front of every brochure.
So we're trying to build as much awareness as possible of that, and through the years we've noticed an increase. So like Ed said, we're not at the 50-50. Now everywhere you see our name, you see financial aid available.
Mm-hmm. And we make specific collateral for low-income communities that we send out to schools.
We have collateral, and we work hard towards creating partnerships with organizations like Boys and Girls Clubs or other places like that can refer us the families who actually need the financial aid.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming up on the half hour here, so just wanted to say if there's anybody has any additional questions. We'll want to thank Ed, Sharon for attending and helping us out with this presentation. It is being recorded, so we'll post this internally as well as externally. Let Ed and Sharon post it on their websites as well to make it available to everyone. Again, thank you everyone for joining, and thank you for helping us with Camp Edmo. Ed and Sharon, thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.